popular as me. Except that unfortunately the popularity in this case is not going to be a positive type of popularity. I'm going to frame my comments today around 3 questions. How does it feel to be a Muslim living in America today? And me being chaplain, I've had that opportunity to interact with people of various ages and backgrounds, Muslim and non-Muslim, over the past 2 decades. The second question is, what are additional factors that are contributing to this reality of Islamophobia in particular, because we're experiencing it? And third, what are other impacts that are taking place that should compel us to think differently about the question of Islamophobia, xenophobia in general, and why we should actually think compellingly about the need to alter the stories and the narratives that we have in our heads, because we might not be easily convinced that we should do something about it. So I'm going to challenge that with my third question. First question, living as Muslim in America. It is not easy nowadays to live as an American Muslim in America today. It's not easy to walk around with this keen realization that you've been reduced to a meme, to a tweet, to an image. Your entire complex story, all the stories of 1.5 billion Muslims across this earth that come from all races and cultures and backgrounds, have been reduced to a meme or a text or a tweet or an image that is very ugly. What is the common narrative about me as a Muslim now? You're barbaric, you're disloyal, you're a ticking bomb, you're radical, you're an extremist, and you are bent on the destruction of the Western civilization. That's pretty much the image that I walk around literally having to be concerned about and how people view me. I have to walk around, my dear brothers, my dear sisters, with concern and fear for my family, with concern for my children, because physical harm is real. I have to walk around with the realization that my faith has been described as a cult, that my wife, my mother, and my sister are looked upon as oppressed people because they're Muslim women and they're identified with a headscarf. And not all my family members, female family members, wear a headscarf. Some of them do, but I have to walk with that realization. I have to walk with the realization that my home of worship, a mosque, is being seen as a breeding ground for terrorists. And many people walk with these impressions or perceptions of me as a Muslim. I have to walk with all of these. I have to walk with the realization that after the last election cycle, hate crimes against Muslims in America have risen not 100%, not 200%, 1,000%. Underreported, no one knows about the fact that Muslims have been kicked, harassed, children have been bullied, killed, thrown out of restaurants, fired, hearing ethnic slurs thrown at you night and day. I personally, driving through Connecticut not too long ago with my wife, my sister, and my twins on a trip to Boston for a tiny little vacation, were run off the road by someone who was angry because they saw my wife wearing the headscarf, and I didn't know what hit us that day. It was a nightmare. Right? This is the realization. This is the reality of Muslims nowadays in America. At least half the Muslims have reported being discriminated against and experiencing, profiling in airports or on their jobs, and really walking with this serious danger that they're physically, under essentially danger. So the notion of xenophobia, Islamophobia, or any phobia is not just an immoral notion, but it's also can be a lethal notion, and we're experiencing that in America today. With the beautiful aspect and the dimensions of America today, there's this side of America that many of us might choose not to believe in. How do I operate this? This?
Yes.
Okay, so images, again, this is the image that I would probably have been reduced to as a Muslim male, and you can imagine it, the terrorist, the Muslim, Saddam, World Trade Center, the militant. Here is a cartoon that depicts Muslims bent on the destruction of America, violent people who are born literally with this inclination to hate democracy and freedom, right? It even dehumanizes and demonizes the humanity of a Muslim. Here are actual banners, signs that have been posted publicly in schools, in stores, on social media. Here it is, truth about Islam.